What is up, everyone? Welcome back to episode 92 of Thinktwice, the magic and pop culture show hosted by me, Justin Parnell, and my co-host, Ali White Walker Aintrazi.
White Walker?
Brown Walker, sorry.
Thank you. Thank you for the clarification.
Yeah, of course. Didn't want to misspeak in front of you. That would...
Yeah.
You know, not my intention. Please don't take it. Please don't take it
You're
personally.
good. You're good. Parnell.
Yes.
How was your weekend?
It's pretty good. I did a lot of things, actually. So I played another middle school event. I played Blue-Green Combo Enchantress, which is like the Words of Wind version, where you essentially just return all of your opponents.
Balance everything?
Yeah, balance everything.
Sounds miserable.
It's a very difficult deck to play. I played it before, but that was like 15 years ago. So I was not as practiced, and I definitely punted 2 rounds, and I ended up 2 and 3, which is by far the worst I've ever done. So I did not win or get second in this one like I have all the previous ones. So I did that. I played a new board game. It's like a pirate game called like Oath of the Brotherhood. I really didn't like it very much.
Okay, I never heard of that game.
Yeah, it's kind of like a resources management game, but the big thing that turned me off was, one, it took a lot longer than what it said on the box. And I don't think it was because we were two of the people playing it were new. I think they just poorly suggested the time. And it's one of those games where the rules are just not clear and they use words in place of other words. Like sometimes they use round, sometimes they use turn. And then there's other things that make it unclear. So I hate games that don't have clear rules. That's like my number one pet peeve for board games. So probably won't ever play it again. But
yeah, that seems miserable. No rules?
I mean, there were rules, but they weren't clear. They were not as clear as I would like them to be.
Yeah, that's annoying because then you have to Google, and it's like...
And it's just like, I don't want to... Like, it's not worth my time. Like, I don't like this
Yeah.
game enough to do that, so we're just like, all right, we're just going to make a decision now. And then keep moving on.
Well, even those games are hard to find rules for them online.
Yeah. So, Oath of the Brotherhood, probably wouldn't recommend. And then I want to go see Shazam, because someone suggested that we should have seen this instead of Pet Sematary. It was better than Pet Sematary. It wasn't like... It was fine. If I was rating it, I would give it a 3. Like it was a very comic booky movie. It's probably the best DC movie, but low bar to clear for that. So it was fun. Like I enjoyed it. But it wasn't like, I don't know, if it was a Marvel movie, it would have been like one of the worst ones.
Okay.
But it was a good DC movie. It's still, if you really like that character, you're probably gonna like that movie. It was fun, but that's what I got to say about it. What did you do this weekend? Don't say that you streamed and went to the gym and took a nap.
I was gonna do the Bag On event.
Oh yeah, I did that too. I did a lot of things this weekend. I also did that.
I didn't do it though. I mean, honestly, I've just been moving all my stuff over here, assembling things, rearranging like the downstairs. I got the doggy door installed, which took
that's good.
Longer.
Thing.
Yeah, but I still need a fence installed so the dogs can go out and in. I'm having to monitor them, but the problem is I have to call HOA, and I think it's going to be my nightmare thing, HOA. I've also been dealing with the internet. It's been going in and out constantly and just not working. I couldn't stream. My stream was super late, delayed. They literally came in, fixed it, and they're like, it took them like 2 hours at the very least. And they're like, okay, we fixed it. Can you check everything for us? I was checking it. I'm like, yeah, but it's like last night, I'm telling you guys, it works for like 30 minutes to an hour and then it stops and does it again. And they're like, okay, well, let's work right now. It's like, okay. So they leave. Literally like 2 minutes after they leave, my phone stops having internet. My computer stops having internet. I'm like, mother effer.
Yeah.
And then
this is my nightmare.
Yeah, I get up and I'm about to call them again. Luckily, they're still outside. I'm like, hey, guys, it's not working again. They come in, change out the equipment this time. They changed out the equipment, changed out the wires, changed everything. And right now it's working. Please, Crewfix, keep working. Dude, it's... And then I learned that, like, apparently in townhomes or close areas, the internet is not the best. So, like, I should just move to a place that has freaking fiber. That's it. I should move to a place that has fiber. If I plan to do this forever, like, for as long as I can, I should move
that's
to fiber.
Yeah, that's got to be something that's really important to you, I imagine.
Yeah. Well, it's working now. So, then also I spilled coffee on my keyboard while streaming, which fried the keyboard out.
Yeah, you told me earlier it literally started smoking. I was like,
at the end, yes.
That's some stuff that happens in like a movie. That's like a real thing.
People were like, "Unplug it, Ollie. Unplug it." I was like, okay, I'll unplug it.
Could they see the smoke on stream?
No. Oh, it wasn't when you see like on TV, like, you know, smoke and fire. It's just like just a little bit. It was like a sizzle, and that's it. You know what I'm saying?
That's enough.
But it was making noise.
Terrify you, though.
Yeah, still, yeah. Yeah, it wasn't like actual fire.
Not yet. If you hadn't unplugged it, who knows?
Yeah, that's it for me. I didn't do the background thing. I don't know. I kind of want to, but didn't really want to either. Didn't want it enough.
Yeah,
I guess.
I got 4 shinies and then was able to evolve 5 salamence, so it's fine. It was worth it. I did it for about half the time. Meredith and I.
Okay.
Yep. All right. So we had a question of the week last week, and we put our tinfoil hats on for this one. Question was, which of these conspiracy theories are going to be true? We mixed a little magic conspiracy theory with a little Game of Thrones conspiracy theory, since we're going to be on that for the next few weeks. Here were the options. The Wanderer, the new Planeswalker in War of the Spark, is Emrakul. 29% of the vote. 29% of people think that one is correct.
Yeah.
Bran is the Night's King in Game of Thrones. 24% of people believe that one is correct. 35% of people think neither of these are correct.
Yeah.
And 12% of people, including us, think that both of these are correct. You know why? Because we love a good conspiracy theory, so I'm saying they're both right.
Listen. It's going to suck being wrong. That neither has the highest percentage, and I think the percentage of both missing is low.
Oh, yeah.
I think
real low.
I think the percentage of Bran not being the Night King and the Wanderer not being Emrakul is low.
It's basically almost 0% chance that they're both right, but man, you know what? Miss all the shots you don't take. So
yeah,
I'm in for both.
Yeah, same.
All right. So speaking of Game of Thrones, this week's topic and next week's and the next 5 weeks after that, we're going to be talking about Game of Thrones entire season 8 every week.
Get ready.
Every week. Full spoilers for all of these Game of Thrones segments. But so next week it'll be Game of Thrones season 8 episode 2. So buckle in for that. We're going to be talking about episode 1 later today. And of course, we want to give a thank you to our newest Patreon supporters, new supporters and supporters that have re-upped their support. Constantine N, Ethan J, and Tim C. Thank you all very much for your support. Some of you, welcome to the Thinktwice family. Thank you for joining us. We hope you have a good time, especially in that Discord. I know it's been really great with all of these things going on with Game of Thrones, with the War of the Spark previews, and all sorts of stuff recently. So it's a good time to get joined. And of course, if you're on one of our audio platforms, SoundCloud, iTunes, YouTube, Stitcher, Google Play Music, Spotify, Podbean, leave us a review. That really helps us out. Leave us a like, maybe a comment, a share. All of those things helps us out quite a bit. And of course, if you want to support the show further, patreon.com/thinktwicemtg. Thank you
for all the new Patreons. And Justin, are you ready? Are you hyped for the Spark?
I'm so ready. I'm extremely ready. We're going to be talking about this set for a really long time, but this is our second week where we're finally diving into the cards. Last week we hit a few, but there's so many more. So Ali and I are taking a really short break, and we'll be back in just a moment. So I did some quick math. All right?
1 + 1.
Some quick math.
Okay.
And there's like 260 cards in War of the Spark, right? Like in the main set, 264 to be exact. And let's say that 100 of them in this set, which I don't think is outrageous, 100 of them are specifically worth us talking about on this podcast. So that means 164 we would just never bring up.
Yeah.
So for that set, that could be right. That's like all of the rares, all of the mythics, a lot of the uncommons, a handful of commons. It doesn't seem unrealistic that could be the case. If we spend 5 minutes on each card, that's 500 minutes that we would just be talking about War of the Spark. And there's some cards that we could be spending more than 5 minutes on. There's some cards that maybe a little bit less, but I think that's a fair average. We don't have 500 minutes to talk about this on the podcast. Certainly not today, and probably
Sadly.
not over the next several weeks.
Sadly not.
So we got to pick and choose. So what I'm getting to, folks listening, is we're not going to hit every card. We really want to, but inevitably there are going to be some sweet cards we just end up not talking about.
Speaking of War of the Spark, I think make sure to tune in next Tuesday, right? For Justin and I, we're doing early
access event.
Access event, yes, by Wizards. Thank you, Wizards, for giving us the opportunity. You can watch both Justin and I at multitwitch.tv
multitwitch.tv
/ Ali Aintrazi, Justin Parnell. We're also going to be challenging each other during some of the time, so
yes,
that'll be fun too.
Yes.
We'll have some sort of restrictions.
We'll figure
anyways,
it out.
Regardless, yes, but tune in.
Yes, we will both be streaming all day at that. I will be streaming all day.
I'll be streaming
right
as long as I
alongside
can. Justin might go over me, but we'll see.
I doubt that. I might start sooner than you, but I don't know if I'll go over you.
Okay. Regardless, I'm excited. Are you doing
very excited.
Constructed and limited?
No, just constructed. There's too many cards. Too many cards.
There's a lot of cards.
I just don't think I'm gonna have the time to play limited.
Limited seems sweet in this format too. Like this is a format I actually want to play limited in. I think I'm going to. Maybe not the early access event, but I will, like, once that comes out. Like I want to try it out.
Yeah, it looks awesome.
Anyways,
yeah, it looks killer.
There's limited time. Let's dive in some of the cards.
Great.
Give me one.
So essentially, we don't have themes that we're gonna go over for like the cards. We're basically just gonna pick cards we like and just go in and just go from there. So,
all right, you go first.
Okay, so we at this point have seen the entire cycle of the finales, which are similar. I guess they're kind of like analogs to the hours, like, Hour of Promise, Hour of Devastation, that stuff from the set Hour of Devastation. They're mythics. They're all sorceries. They're all X double color, and they're all ridiculous when you make X equals 10.
X equals 10. Yeah, magic number 10.
Do you have a favorite one?
Favorite card? No. I don't have a favorite. I just have a lot.
No, a favorite card of that cycle.
Oh, man, I like black a lot for chromatic black, but my favorite one is definitely the blue one.
Yeah,
I mean, it's hard not to.
Yeah.
I've played Mindstring before. Mindstring is very playable.
Yep.
So this card is, like, I understand it's Mindspring. It's just Mindspring with upside, and you basically pay 12 mana to draw 10 cards. Well, it's not even 12 mana. It's actually
7.
7 mana.
Yeah,
Draw 10 cards.
Text on the card: Finale of Revelation, X blue, sorcery, draw X cards. If X is 10 or more, instead, shuffle your library into your graveyard, draw X cards, untap up to 5 lands, and you have no max hand size for the rest of the game, and exile Finale of Revelation. So you're going to draw 10, essentially for 7 mana.
Yep.
What is your favorite part of this card?
The no hand size part, so people can stop asking me to play Reliquary Towers in my deck.
That's true, though.
Yeah. I just being able to, like, I don't think it's a very powerful card. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna scrap all this. I take it all back. I'm gonna Finale of Promise for once.
Wow. Okay.
I just think that one's more flashy, more fun. Like Finale of Revelation seems sweet and powerful, but Finale of Promise, like when you do it, you're probably just winning the game on the spot. You're not doing that with Finale of Revelation. You're not doing that with Finale of Glory. You're not really doing that with Finale of Eternity unless you like have some haste stuff.
Yeah.
The only two that I think can literally end the game when you do their 10 on the spot, like right away, is Promise and Devastation.
Yeah.
Glory has the potential if you do like EOT with Teferi.
Yep.
Like give it haste or not haste, flash.
Yep.
But Finale of Promise and Devastation has to be like the two that end the game. And Promise, like, it doesn't copy it once. It copies each spell twice. So I don't even know what, like, if you just copy something lame like Lava Axe, that's 6 Lava Axes. Like, I mean, not 6 Lava Axe, like Lava Axe and some other burn spell, Inskippable Blaze, whatever.
Yeah, that's
They're dead.
22 damage.
No, it's more than that, right?
No, it's copy them
5,
each
5.
twice. 1 instant,
Yeah.
1 sorcery, so 22.
Yeah.
I mean, that kills them.
Yeah.
22
And that's like
common and uncommon.
Yeah, like that's not even delving into what you actually can do. Like maybe there's, yeah.
You didn't get anything crazy. You just said draft
Yeah,
cards.
some two cards off, 2 burn spells off the top of my head. Exactly. That card seems sweet. How about you?
Well, mine is the other one. Mine is Finale of Devastation. This is
Yeah, that's sweet too.
X
I
green.
think that's the best one.
I think it's the best one too. Sorcery: search your library and or graveyard for a creature card with a converted mana cost X or less. It's notable. Put it on the battlefield. If you search your library this way, shuffle it. If X is 10 or more creatures with an S you control, get +X/+X and gain haste until end of turn. If you cast this for 10, you're dead. They're dead. Just straight up.
Yeah.
All of your creatures get +10/+10 and haste.
Yeah.
And you also just got the best card in your deck, the best creature in your deck, whether someone killed it or not. What?
Yeah.
This card is insane without it. You can search your creature, your library or graveyard. It doesn't have to be green, just any creature. Just like, yeah, you have it. It's fine. Go get it. I don't even know. We talked about Nissa last week. You talked about Nissa and how good that.
Yeah.
We didn't even know this card existed yet.
No, and yeah, it's insane with Nissa too. Yeah, it's insane with the god. With
Ronas?
What's his name? Yeah,
God Eternal.
What did he say
Ronas?
exactly? Yeah, find him for me. Tell him.
Oh, sure. Okay, so God Eternal Ronas is I guess technically is a 5/5 for 3 green with Death Touch. When it enters the battlefield, double the power of each other creature you control until end of turn. Those creatures gain Vigilance till end turn. So Vigilance, Haste. If you 10 or more, you quadruple every creature you control's power. Quadruple.
Yeah, that's absurd. Well, it's not Wait, it isn't quadruple, right?
It is
well,
quadruple. It's double than double.
Well, I don't think. Wait, is Promise double or does it?
Oh, it's +X/+X. Okay.
Still,
could be better than double.
That's better than double. That's better. That's better than double. Yeah.
Okay, so excuse me.
It gives everything +10/+10.
It's +20/+20. Each of your creatures get +20.
At the very least,
at minimum.
If you hit that, yeah.
If there's zero, ones, if they're plant tokens.
Yeah, and they get haste.
Plant tokens. Your plant tokens are 20, 21s.
In
That's
Commander,
the worst case scenario.
In Commander, if you get Avenger of Zendikar, everyone's dead. If all your opponents are dead, you just get Avenger of Zendikar.
Yes. It's not even. Dude, there's so many. Avenger.
I'm sure.
Strange Hermit.
Any infect creature.
Queen. There's a million creatures you could get that just in the game on the spot. There's a lot of them.
Wait. I'm not sure. Wait, did the tokens from Avenger and Hornet Queen get +10/+10? They might not.
Oh, I guess they wouldn't.
They don't. Yeah,
so
those don't work.
First. Yeah, that's true.
Yep,
that's
not.
true.
So yeah, so never mind. We're wrong. But any infect creature also does it.
Well, yes. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just makes it lethal automatically.
I was surprised. I also like. I think the black one and the green one are probably the best ones. The black one, just being able to pay 3 mana to kill 3 creatures with 1 toughness is very relevant. Like it's like a golden demise at that point.
But that scales insanely well.
Yes, yeah. This card is great for chromatic black. But the only problem is like there's so many different ways you can build chromatic black now from this set because the current iteration Finale of Eternity would not work because bringing back Hydrocrisis and Josu is not what you want.
No.
But you could definitely go a different way, and not have to have like maybe you just play black, just like no lantern. But regardless, there's so much. There's so much. Okay, favorite god, Justin. Do you have one?
I think so. It's I think it's just Kefnet. Like,
yeah,
I know people think that I'm going to say Bantu, and Bantu's nice, but I think a lot of people are like, "Oh, it's a free sacrifice outlet." Well, it's not, because you have to pay 5 mana. You only get it exactly when you play it, so it's not like you can form the game around what you're doing and then do your free sacrifice outlet whenever you want. You're playing you're casting a spell and sacking stuff. Like, it's not bad. It's a super grindy card, but it's not a free sacrifice outlet. Kefnet, on the other hand, has, in my opinion, has the best stats of all of the gods, because Kefnet costs 4, where all the rest cost 5. 2 blue, and it's a 4/5 flyer that, of course, has the god ability. So when it dies or is put into exile from the battlefield, you put it third from the top. So just on stats alone, Kefnet's very good. But then it has this the crazy ability.
Well, it's not very good. I think it's I think stats alone, it's okay. Like now.
The ability?
No. I think we're just going 2 blue 4/5.
Oh yeah, no. I'm just saying like that's like it's not embarrassing.
It's not embarrassing yet, but I don't think it's playable.
Oh no, you're not playing it if it was a 4/5 flyer for 4, even with the ability.
God ability. Yeah.
No. But I'm saying, like, you're not. What I mean is, you're not putting this card in your deck and you're like, oh, these stats on this creature are bad, but I'm just playing it to get this ability. No, it's just like you're actually getting a reasonable creature with the ability.
Yep.
Okay.
Good. What's the ability?
The ability is you may reveal the first card you draw each turn as you draw it.
Quick question: how does that work? Do I get to look?
You get to look first.
Okay. All right.
Because it's a may, so you can look. You choose.
Okay.
Whenever you reveal an instant or sorcery card this way, copy that card, and you may cast the copy. The copy costs 2 generic less to cast. So needless to say, Nexus of Fate still in standard. And if you reveal Nexus of Fate, you can take an extra turn for 5, and then you have the actual Nexus of Fate in your hand still.
No, I don't think so. You copy it, right?
Yeah.
So when you cast a copy, you have to shuffle your deck.
But you
the copy.
But you draw it. You reveal it as you draw it. It's in your hand.
You may reveal the first card you draw each turn as you draw it. Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Oh God, you're all right. Yeah, that's obnoxious. I thought you shuffled it, but you don't. Yeah, you draw then reveal. It's not like it's like a miracle. It miracles everything.
It's specific. Yeah, and it makes them cost 2 less. Yeah, it's specifically worded like that, so you get the card in your hand.
Okay, that's disgusting. Okay, since you picked that one, I'm gonna pick. I also like, honestly, Ilharg, the Razbor.
The Razbor.
The Razbor? Call him the Raspberry.
Ilharg
the Raspberry.
The Raspberry.
He's sweet too. Like, he's basically a playable Atali. He's 5 cost, so 3 red for a 6/6 trampler. Obviously, those stats alone for red are decent.
It's pretty solid, actually. Yeah.
For red, yeah. Then when it attacks, you may put a creature card from your hand on the battlefield, tap and attacking, and then a turn. You don't sacrifice it. You just put that creature back into your hand.
Yeah.
So that's
crazy.
Really good because you can keep doing the same creature over and over again. It's tap and attacking too, so it's great. I don't know. It's just it's pretty crazy. I'm sure you can do like some absurd things too. Like even if you like you attack with this, and like put in like Ronas, right?
Yep.
That's what it's
makes
6, 12.
a 12/12 with trample. Yeah.
Yeah, so
it's probably good enough.
So 17 damage to take, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but there's also other things too, like Galta, I'm sure. Like basically it's just like red green monsters of old.
Yes.
And just do that.
True red green monsters. Just red green gigantic undercosted creatures.
Yeah. Yeah, with now the devastation to tutor up like bullets or whatever you need.
Well, and you also have Domri to play this on turn 4.
Yeah, that's true. That's also gross.
And yeah, it also so if you put it also just pumps your creatures when you do it, and of course they can't be countered. So if you play
Of course,
Domri on 3
of
then
course.
plus, and then play Ilarog on 4, it can't be countered. All right, well, cool. So you're probably gonna win the game on turn 5. It's pretty difficult not to.
I also like the new where the guilds like come together and make a new symbol.
The bond cycle.
The bonds, yeah.
Those are all very powerful cards in limited.
Yeah. They're not. I think the green one is playable in standard.
Mm-hmm.
The black one is playable, and the blue one is maybe playable. I think green is the most playable. Green is one to green. Look at the top 3 cards of your library. You may reveal a permanent card from among them and put it into your hand.
Yep.
Put the rest of the bottom of your library in order, and then you gain 3 life. So it finds you
magic word at the end.
Yes, that's why it's playable.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Finds you a land, finds you a planeswalker, finds you Lich's Mastery, finds you Gift of Paradise. Good card.
I don't think the black one's playable. The effect is good, and we've seen this before on something like Torrent of Souls, but just zombifying a creature and giving it and doing that for
No, you're right.
for 5 mana.
Probably not worth it.
Yeah, it's like it's a good card, but this set is so powerful that card just has no chance to see play. I don't think, especially when
I'm trying to think of. I know we have concoct, but like giving like something like the Rasbor Haste. I guess you can't. Never mind. You can't go to the graveyard. Never mind.
you can mill it to the graveyard.
Can you?
You can.
Okay.
Yeah. You can counter
Okay.
it, mill it to the graveyard.
That's kind of hard though. I mean, I guess you can discard it with a Pirate's Village, Heart of Course, or
Or
something.
bond of insight. Mill your own.
That one costs too much.
Yeah. So speaking of, why don't we talk about a good reanimator spell?
Yeah, go
A
go
real
for it.
crazy one, and this one takes a bit to wrap your head around. This is obviously incredibly powerful in Commander. I cannot even express how insane this card is in Commander. Command the Dreadhorde. 4 black sorcery. Choose any number of target creatures and or planeswalker cards in your graveyard. Command the Dreadhorde deals damage to you equal to the total converted mana cost of those cards. Put them onto the battlefield under your control. All of them. Now, if you happen to start with a large life total, like in Commander, or you have something that says you cannot take certain kind of damage, this card becomes ludicrous. Positively ludicrous. Fortunately,
keep going.
Fortunately, so yeah, let me get to it. Fortunately, there's a card in this set that lets you do just that. In fact, the Wanderer, legendary planeswalker, 3 and a white for 5 loyalty planeswalker, -2 exile target creature power 4 or greater. Okay, whatever. But then his static ability says prevent all non-combat damage that would be dealt to you and other permanents you control. If you have the Wanderer out and you cast Command the Dreadhorde, you can get every single creature or planeswalker from all of the graveyards under your control and take no damage. Straight up. There's no way around it.
And if you have 7 mana, just one more mana, you can play Gideon's Sacrifice, choosing a creature or planeswalker, and then cast the Horde, getting everything you want.
Flavor win on that one too.
Yeah, yes, literally flavor win. Yeah, Gideon's Sacrifice says choose a creature or planeswalker you control. All damage that will be dealt this turn to you and permanents you control is dealt to the chosen permanent instead. So Stuffy Doll, there's no Stuffy Doll in the format, but basically you just pick any creature or whatever. Yeah. Cast the Dreadhorde, and then bring everything back. So
everything for 1 mana.
Yeah. So maybe like a Mardu deck with Pirate's Pillage. You can ramp it into Dreadhorde if you want to as well.
Yeah.
And then you have like Cleansing Nova. Mardu seems like the shell I'd start with first, because you get Discovery Dispersal, you get Tormenting Voice, you get Pirate's Pillage, which ramps you. You don't get Chart of Course though, but I think that's fine.
You can probably find enough things. I'm sure there's a way to just bin your whole hand.
Oh yes, yeah, in Mardu colors.
Yeah. All right. Heartfelt Redemption.
Yeah.
2 red white instant. Discard all cards in your hand.
draw cards equal to the number of cards discarded this way, plus 1, then gain life equal to the number of cards in your hand. So you literally just get the wheel. Don't lose a card for the wheel, because you get it to draw it back.
Buy time.
And then gain X life, however many cards you have in your hand.
Yeah, we get to buy some time.
Yep.
Man, crazy! I don't know, crazy set. Spark Double's a crazy card too. That comes into play copies of Creature or Planeswalker, but it's bigger than that Creature or Planeswalker.
Yeah, by 1 loyalty or size.
Yeah. I don't know.
I think
so much.
the best card, the actual best card in the set,
okay,
is Blast Zone.
Oh yeah.
I don't really know why they made this card, to be honest.
Dude, I'm so glad they made it, because now you get to punish mono blue, and in standard
you punish them big time.
Yeah,
punish them like they can't beat this card big time.
Yeah, they can't. If you're playing for this card, they can't beat it.
Mm-mm.
You blow up.
They
all
literally
the
have no shot.
Yeah.
How do they kill you?
I don't know.
Tempest Gen. They have to resolve a Tempest Gen.
It has to be Tempest Gen, yeah.
I guess. Sure.
But this card.
So let's read the card. So Blast Zone is a land. It enters the battlefield with a single charge counter on it. You can tap it. It does not come to play tapped, mind you. You can tap it to add a generic mana. Or excuse me, a colorless mana. And then you can pay XX, so 2X, tap it, put X charge counters on Blast Zone. Why are you putting charge counters on Blast Zone? You can pay 3 and tap and sacrifice Blast Zone. Destroy each non-land permanent with converted mana cost equal to the number of charge counters on Blast Zone. So mono blue, or other decks that rely on single mana permanents, you literally play this and you can sacrifice it essentially for 4 mana, because you have to tap it and 3 other mana and just blow them all up. It's literally an engineer explosive that's uncounterable. That's a land.
Yeah, and it conveniently comes to play with 1 counter, which is nice for. It's nice and not nice. It's nice for mono blue. It's bad for like tokens, but still.
I think that's a feature, not a bug. I think this card would be really annoying if it could just clear tokens for free, where you couldn't do anything about it.
Yeah, I think this set makes Crucible Worlds so much better. There's so many things, so many lands that sacrifice and do fancy things. So
yeah, big time.
Like Blast Zone is just one of them. Like playing like Boros Prison, I think Blast Zone's a phenomenal card. For that deck.
I will say that, obviously I don't want to talk too much about finances stuff right now, just because like new cards are always overpriced, just kind of generally. However, Blast Zone is, I think this is going to be a multi-format staple. Like this is going to get played in every format. I don't just mean like Standard Modern. I mean Standard Modern, Legacy, Vintage, Commander also. So this is a pretty safe bet. Let me see what SCG we are pre-selling this for. We might not have it up at the time that we're recording this podcast. We're pre-selling it for $7, which I think is a little much. I think you can probably get it cheaper elsewhere.
Somewhere, yeah. Still,
you can probably get it for $5. But this is you're not going to lose on this card. Like I promise, it's just going to keep. It's not going to go up in the short term because the set's going to get opened like crazy. But this is a future really expensive card.
Yep,
it's too good. It's just too powerful. All right. Anyway,
I agree. So I agree. This has a lot of like build around me cards, a lot of powerful cards.
Yeah.
They have a lot of answers to planeswalkers that are pushed, like Prison Realm, which is an Oblivion Ring that exiles a creature or planeswalker and then scries one.
Mm-hmm.
There's also Liliana's 1 black mana that removes like 5 counters or five counters of any type from a creature, artifact, or planeswalker.
Or opponent.
Or opponent, yeah.
Yeah. Price of Betrayal is the name of that card that Ollie's talking about.
Yep, and that just like it's a 1 mana way to deal with planeswalkers. All the triumphs are pretty good if you can trigger the planeswalker clause as well.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, yeah, they're all good. Some of them are very good if you can.
All right, last card I want to talk about. Last card I want to talk about because we're pushing it here.
Okay. Yeah, you pick one more card. I'll pick one more card.
Deliver unto evil.
Okay, I'll pick a different card. That was going to be mine.
Best art in the set.
Easy.
Not close.
Not close. Totally agree.
2 and a black. 2 and a black. Choose up to 4 target cards in your graveyard. If you control a bolus planeswalker, return those cards to your hand. Otherwise, an opponent chooses 2 of them. Leave the chosen cards in your graveyard and put the rest into your hand. This reminds me of Gifts Ungiven. You just pick like 4 cards in your graveyard. Your opponent says you can't have these 2, but you can have the rest. You also exile this card when you cast it. But if you like cast this card with bolus out, you get to just regrow 4 times. That's
crazy.
And regrowth is like, and this is in air quotes, too good for standard. And this is just so like that's 4 regrowths. That's 8 mana worth of cards
for 3.
in 1 card for 3 mana. Yeah, this card is very powerful.
Yeah, draw 4 from your graveyard is a lot more powerful than draw 4 from the top of your deck.
Oh yes, because yeah,
for obvious reasons.
I guess it's close to almost to my tutor. Go ahead.
My last card is going to be Oath of Kaya. 1,
okay.
This confirms our guess of Kaya being in the Gatewatch. 2, this card is just really powerful. Legendary enchantment, 1 white-black. When Oath of Kaya enters the battlefield, deal 3 damage to any target, and you gain 3 life. That on its own is like a sorcery speed lightning helix for 3.
And non-red.
Non-red. And then it says whenever an opponent attacks a planeswalker you control with 1 or more creatures, Oath of Kaya deals 2 damage to that player and you gain 2 life. So it doesn't stop. It doesn't stop the creatures, but if they attack one planeswalker, that triggers once. They attack 2 planeswalkers, that triggers 2 times. And if you're playing white and black, you probably have a good way to stop creatures.
You get to trigger it, basically helix your opponent, kill the creature after they attack it. Yeah, this card seems sweet. I'm glad it exists because it seems like a very good card against all these mono white, mono blue, and mono red decks. Yeah. Just as far as what the card does. Yep. It's rare to see black deal damage to something instead of life loss. But
rather than like shrinking it. But just deal 3. Deal 3 to whatever you want. It's
literally Lightning Helix. Yeah, it's Lightning Helix.
Yeah, it is. Mana. It is. And like honestly, Lightning Helix is obviously like a very high power level card. Probably definitely too good to be reprinted in standard. Just being instant speed, but I mean this is
it destroys aggressive decks like too hard.
Yeah, exactly. But this is a good analog. Sorcery speed, 3 mana with some upside after that.
Yeah, I agree.
So okay. Whew. Well, I think we covered like 3 cards today.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about War of the Spark for probably the next month. But as a reminder, as Ali said at the top of the segment, next Tuesday, April 23rd, all day, Ollie and I are going to be streaming early access War of the Spark. Wizards gave us some stocked accounts. We're going to have access to everything our heart could desire for this set. We're going to do a lot of crazy brews. We're going to have some direct challenge battles. You definitely don't want to miss it. Twitch.tv/Ali Aintrazi, Twitch.tv/Jay Parnell, or if you're feeling froggy, multi-twitch.tv/Ali Aintrazi/Jay Parnell.
All right, Justin. Ready to finish up the Children of the Nameless?
Oh, so ready.
All right. We'll be right back. When we come back, we're talking about Children of the Nameless the other half of Children of the Nameless.
Second half of the book. All right. Children of the Nameless.
The Nameless.
I want to start with an apology.
Why?
To you.
Why?
About a month ago, maybe less, maybe 3 weeks ago, maybe a month, one of our questions was, which new Planeswalker that has never had a Planeswalker card do you want to see the most? And the options were Teo Verada, lame, proved to be lame. The new blue Planeswalker, which turned out to be Kashmina, the Wanderer, and then Davriel Cane. And I said an option that was not Davriel Cane and I would like to change my answer to 100% Davriel Cane. Not close. Didn't know how wrong I was, but I was really wrong.
About his power?
No, about how awesome he is, and that he was definitely the planeswalker I wanted to see the most.
Yeah, he's sweet.
So I'd like to amend my answer, and like 4 weeks later.
That's fair. I'll accept it. I'll accept it.
Yeah, you were right. I was wrong.
It's okay. I forgive you. That's what friends do.
Thank you. So let's pick up where we left off last week. So we're gonna just run through. So there's 3 parts to the story: part 1, part 2, and part 3. And there's an epilogue. Part 3 is the longest part. So I'm just gonna kind of go through the story, and then we can sum up our thoughts. So since I'm sure I read the second half most recently, which was over the last week.
Yes.
All right. So where we last left Davriel off, he had gone to a priory and stolen a spell that allowed him to kind of tether spirits to the world to make them more corporeal, and so he could see them easier and maybe damage them or interact with them easier.
Yes.
So he takes this spell, and then his traveling party, which is a couple of demons, Crincham, I don't know how to pronounce that demon's name.
Sure.
Miss Highwater, Davriel himself, and then his the other main character, Tassinda, are traveling to the bog. Now, when they are, I can't remember if they're attacked before they get to the bog or on their way back. I think it's before. I think when they're on their way to the bog, they're
both, or
I think it might be
they're
both.
attacked after too.
Yeah, I think it might
They're
be
chased
both.
afterwards.
So
yes,
when they're on their way to
so.
the bog,
Anyways,
they are essentially stopped. They stop because Davriel needs to take a nap.
yeah.
He's gone this far. He just wants to take his nap. He's been interrupted. He's gone on this stupid mission just to clear his name, just so he can take a nap and drink some tea. And he hadn't gotten any tea, and he hadn't gotten a nap, and he's going to take a nap right now in the middle of the mission.
Yeah, this is Ollie the Planeswalker.
Yeah, he has to nap. He's just like, look, I don't know what to tell you. I'm going to take a nap right now. The middle of the road.
Maybe he's narcoleptic.
On a horse and buggy, perhaps. So, of course, as he's taking a nap, these geists start to come upon them. Everyone else is awake, and they start freaking out. Davriel wakes up, and essentially they get out and start to attempt to fight off these geists. And they're green, and they're misshapen, and there's something weird about them. It's pretty clear that they are the geists that have ultimately, they think are involved in the murder of the townspeople where Tassinda is from. So they fight off these geists, Tassinda uses her warding spell, which kind of works, but then ultimately Davriel uses the spell that he stole from the prioress to make them a little more physical form, and they get rid of the geists, and then they continue to make their way to the bog. When they get to the bog, all this time, of course, Davriel has this entity in his head, and the entity is trying to say that there's something in Tassinda. There's something going on. There's something in there. You know, she has more power than you realize. And they get to the bog, and there's nothing in the bog. And then Davriel realizes, going back and like kind of poking into Tassinda's brain, that Tassinda, as well as other parts of the village, have actually kind of absorbed or has gone into them another entity like the one in Davriel's brain or his mind.
Yes.
What have you. And it's another entity, and a portion of this entity is in Tassinda. So Tassinda this is where kind of these other thoughts are coming from, and maybe some of her power is coming from, but it's only a portion of this entity in the bog. And that's ultimately what the bog was, is another entity, which we learn ultimately was a world soul, which is essentially the soul of a plane. And they become kind of these loose entities when the plane is destroyed. So that is what's in Davriel, and that is what partly is in Tacinda. In other magic lore, you hear Nissa talking about world souls very frequently, because she is someone that's able to communicate with world souls on a higher level than a lot of other planeswalkers, because she communes with the earth wherever she is, with the plane itself.
The plane itself, yeah.
Yeah. So you hear her talking about the different kind of properties of the world souls, like kind of their personalities. And these are the entities that is in Davriel and then is partially in Tacinda. So they go back, and as they go back, they're attacked again by these geists. As they get closer and closer to back to the priory, where is essentially the church. As they realize that Tacinda kind of realizes, hey, this is where we need to go, and then they hurry back, and they're attacked by more and more guys as they get closer and closer, and they finally get there, and ultimately, they realize that the person that is greeting them at the priory, that is surrounded by these geists, is actually Tacinda's twin sister, Willia.
Surprise!
Not dead at all, looking real mad, and clearly has a very large part of this bog entity in her.
Yes.
And she is 2 life bars mode already when they get to her. So she is bloodthirsty. She does not care about who she kills. The entity has clearly kind of taken over her. She has all of these guys at her commands, and they are going through. They're in this church made of stone. It's huge. It's difficult to get out, and they're trying to fight against these. They're trying to fight against these guys, and they are not winning at all. In fact, it looks like they're just going to be toast. At one point, Willia blasts out this essentially. They actually describe it as green and white magic, and it was aimed at Davriel, and then the demons that were with him. Hits one of the demons, just smokes him immediately. Davriel uses a shield power that he had stolen, the last of it, and he's trying to protect Miss Hightower, who is essentially his like personal assistant demon, who you realize ultimately that he actually obviously deeply cares for. He's trying to protect her. He uses a spell to essentially, I imagine it as like a blink spell, where he kills her, but just so hopefully in the future that she will kind of materialize, I guess. And after he does that, his shield spell goes down, and he gets hit with this blast. But of course, Willia is like, "Oh, it didn't do anything," because he's like, "Yeah, guess what? I'm a human. I know I don't look like a human, but I am."
Yeah.
So he's like, then she's like, "No, it's fine. I'll just kill you with this sword." And all of these guys are still like reaching for him and like trying to literally like pull his soul out. And they get to this room, and Willia, or excuse me, Tacinda at this point is slowly losing her vision because the sun is coming up, and she can only see for half of the day. She can only see during the nighttime, and she realizes that Willia does not have that problem. She's going to be able to see the entire time. So they're running, and the whole time,
the entity's telling Davriel, use my power, use me, like tap into me. We can take it. And for every reason, it knows that the other entity in her head, that Davriel can like attempt to take it and put it into his like. Usually, when Davriel steals an ability, he borrows it, but apparently he can also steal world souls and keep them with him forever. Or that's what it appears to be.
That's definitely what it appears to be. So they are making their way. They're running, but they're going deeper and deeper into this church, this huge church of stone and concrete and bricks. And ultimately, Tacinda's like, "There's got to be a way out. There's got to be a way out." Davriel's like, "There's not. There's totally not a way out. We're gonna die in here." And then they finally find this secret passage. And they go into the secret passage, and it's not a secret passage out, but instead it is an angel that was ultimately the Nameless angel, which is what all of the people in the township have been worshiping, is like dead. Like essentially been murdered.
Yep.
So then Davriel's like, oh, okay, well, this is bad. This angel's been murdered. And then he like turns around and they're just trapped in this room and all these guys are just coming in. So he's trying to fight them off the best he can. He's made them, he's used the rest of his power to make them physical, but it starts to run out. And he's slowly getting his soul literally ripped from his body. And all this time the entity's like, use me. This is the only time we can take them all out. And he's just like, no, he refuses to do it. And he's like, and he realizes, he's like, I have two options. I can use the entity, or I can planeswalk away. And he chooses planeswalk away. However,
but he can't.
It doesn't take, because he does not have full control of his soul, because the Geists are pulling the soul out of his body. So he's just like, then he just realizes, he's like, all right, well, had a good run. I'm not going to use the entity. I will not give in. That's just, I don't want to give. I would rather die myself than give up any control to this thing.
Which is crazy, but yeah. And then at that point, it realizes that like the entity itself is like, realizes like he's like a weak, or says
he starts insulting
feels like he's a
essentially.
weakling. He's like, wow, I can't you rather die? You're a weakling, and just basically just. The whole time, like it's like making him feel like, Davriel, you're stronger than this. You can do so much more.
Yep.
And then at this point, it just gives up. It gives up on him. It's just like, wow. I guess I can't convince you if you'd rather die.
Yep.
Than use me. So
it
basically gives up.
Yep. So Davriel is there, slowly dying, getting his soul ripped away, and then Tacinda starts to sing one of her spells, but it's not the warding spell that's like a sad song. It's this happy spell. And for whatever reason, the Geists stop. And Davriel slowly starts to feel better. And then he's like, I don't even know what came over me. He's like, I wanted to dance. I was just like so happy from this song, which is some crazy powerful magic. And at this point, Willia, the sister, is at the top of or at the front of this door and is like, all right, well, if the Geists aren't going to do it, then I'll just have to kill you. I don't know what's going on. And somehow this song that Tacinda's singing is just like, has everyone transfixed. And Davriel's like, okay, well, we still have to deal with her, because the entity is still in her. It's real mad right now. And Davriel's like, I've literally used every single one of my powers except for one. And it is like an ink power that he's stolen like a while ago. And he literally uses the ink power to put ink in Willia's eyes. And at this point, you're also seeing the story from Tacinda's point of view. And then essentially she goes over and she's singing this song, and everything is like kind of like swirling around her. And the entity in Willia realizes how strong Tacinda is. And it like jumps from Willia to Tacinda. And essentially kills Willia.
Yes. Yep.
Because she was pretty much already dead.
While it's going to Tacinda, it's Davriel's, and he's like, okay. Davriel is like, okay, you can take it. You can take the other entity while it's moving from Willia to Tacinda.
Yep.
And he refuses to take it. And then she awakens with the entity inside of her. She becomes whole, and she says something, and then she just vanishes. I'm not sure if she planeswalks away.
Yeah. That's
But-
kind of what I thought happened.
That's what I thought too. I want to say vanishes because we're not sure she planeswalked away, but I assume she planeswalked away.
Yep. It seemed like from a third person point of view that that was a planeswalk. Is what it seemed like.
Yeah.
And then Davriel's just in there with this dead angel with dead sister, and there's like no Geist around, and he's just, what just happened? And then the entity starts insulting him, like, you could have done this yourself. You could have gotten ultimate power. If you'd gotten that entity, we would have been unstoppable. And he's just like, shut up. Like, I will refuse to use you. I'll die before I'll use you.
Which is crazy. Apparently he used it once before and like destroyed most of a plane or something.
Yeah.
So he refuses to use it again.
So then it goes to the epilogue. Miss Hightower does reform. Scares a bunch of priests because she's naked, and we are led to believe over the course of the story that she is extremely attractive, even for a demon.
Yeah.
And Davriel finally gets some tea, gets a new shirt on, takes a nap, and essentially just retreats back to his manor and really starts questioning why was he here in the first place, and he's like, and ultimately realizes that, you know, the entity in him led him to Innistrad to try to absorb the entity of the bog. And we never see him use the entity. We don't know. We are still very unsure about like what its
apparently
goal
it can't
is.
it can't control him, but can subtly guide him.
Yeah. Strong suggestions.
Yeah.
Okay.
But they're subtle.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. That was Children of the Nameless summed up.
Yeah. Overall, what do you think?
I thought it was great. Brandon Sanderson's very good. This was the first stuff of his I read. You said last week that you thought this was not good for him comparatively.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yes, it is not.
Which is great because it's still really good.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you like this book, if you're listening, you should definitely check out his other work because it's really, really good. I think it's better than this book.
Yeah.
Which is saying a lot. So
yeah.
So
because I think this is good. I think so. This book, even though it doesn't have anything necessarily to do with War of the Spark, makes me even more excited for War of the Spark because we haven't had a legitimate novelist write magic fiction in a long time.
yes,
And I know we had Martha
and Brandon
Wells
is like Brandon.
do the
Yeah, Brandon
Dominaria
finished
story, but
Wheel of Time. Like Brandon's like big end game.
yeah.
He's end boss. Like he's
Yeah. So I'm very excited for Greg Weisman's War of the Spark novel that's going to be coming out in a week and a half at this point.
yeah, me too.
So, but I really thought this was good. Davriel is a super great character. He certainly takes a more heroic turn in the second half or in part 3 of this.
Yeah,
Where he is essentially ignoring all of his instincts and trying to do good by Tacinda and really help the people of like the village and the area that he's kind of responsible for. Even though he won't say it, all of his actions are pointing to that. He's still overall lazy, and he didn't want to do this in the first place, but he's like, well, now that I'm in, I'm going to finish it. And you know, it's clear he doesn't fear death because he's already died, which we obviously find out in this book too. But he's just a super interesting character. Like I want to follow this character's story.
yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, he's pretty great. I hope that we get more of this character written in the same way in the War of the Spark novel, and I will be excited to see him there. I know there's like 100 characters, but we do know Davriel's one of them. So
That's true.
yeah, but yeah, I really liked it. I really liked Davriel. Super entertaining character, and I guess the parting thoughts. this made me wonder, because we talked a little bit last week about if the entity gave him the ability to planeswalk. And it's unclear.
Gave him or her?
Well, him first, but now
Okay.
her, because we don't 100% know that he was a planeswalker before the entity.
We don't, but I think he was.
I think he was
Maybe
too.
not though. But yeah, regardless, a very interesting character that we both would like to learn more about. So hopefully Brandon or somebody can elaborate more on his character eventually and expand it more. I'd love to see him again.
Yeah, yeah, big time.
But yeah.
Yep, Children of the Nameless. It's free ebook. You can just search for it, read it. It's very good. It's very short. You can read it in a day if you really want to. So
Yeah, check it out.
yeah, definitely.
But next up, Parnell.
Oh man, been waiting
right,
for literally ever for this.
Yeah, before we go into it, the whole thing is spoilers. We're talking about episode 1, season 8, Game of Thrones. We're back in a few, but just, again, we're going
Full
spoilers. Spoilers
This week, next week, the next 4 weeks after
forever.
that. Get
All right.
ready.
All right, Parnell. Do 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 do. All right, we can stop.
Okay, I didn't know how I was gonna keep going if you kept going.
Well, I can't. I'm not sure how many times I do it. It's like, it's just like
for about a minute and a
times.
half.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, okay, again, full spoilers for Game of Thrones. We've told you. We're not gonna tell you again. So let's start at the beginning. We have a new intro to the episode, not music,
Yeah.
but visually, and it looks awesome. Did you watch the intro?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, cool, good.
I just want to be like, me and my dad, me and my father never hang out or watch TV together. But it was weird because this came on. We were both like, we both had our pillows and a blanket on different couches, laying down, lights off, everything closed, closed captions on, like ready to watch this.
Yeah.
And it's like the only time. We're not super close, so like that's like, it was kind of weird in a nice way that we're both like, we're gun ho about it. And usually, like I thought he'd kind of be like an airhead and ask a lot of questions, but he actually knew a lot.
That's
He actually knew like a
I
lot,
would
if
definitely
not as much as
expect that
me.
of your dad.
Me either. I would say something, and I'd be like, "Dad, do you know what this black rock is?" He's like, "Yeah, they mined it. That's the dragon glass." I'm like, "Dang, son.
All right,
Okay,
Dad,
all
all
right.
right.
I'm sorry. I'll back up. I got you."
That's awesome, because your dad is like someone that like watches news.
Yes.
Like
yeah.
he just watches news. Like you guys have
Yeah.
dads that are just like, well, what do you watch on TV? I watch the news. That's all he's
Yeah,
done.
he doesn't like fantasy stuff at all. He's just
no.
he
That's
hunts,
super weird.
watches news, then works out indoors, outdoors. Like fantasy's like, why? What's the point? It's not real.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's funny. It's not funny in a cool and a good way. But anyway,
I think that is very telling of the impact of this television show.
what also hooks you too, because at the beginning there's no magic at all. There's no magic, no dragons, and it slowly awakens once her dragons are born.
Yeah. It's we've been waiting a really long time. For those of you that have been listening to this podcast since the beginning, when our first episode, I think, was when Game of Thrones was last on. So our first few episodes that we covered Game of Thrones. We've come a long way. It's certainly come a long way. We've been waiting forever. And I have my predictions for the season based on this episode. So there's 6 episodes, right?
Yes.
Yes.
I've seen one.
I don't think we're going to see any real action until the very, very end of the next episode. Probably the very, very last.
I think
season.
maybe it's going to start. Yeah, but I agree, which sucks because I feel like two's gonna be built up.
Yep.
Get ready, and then I thought episode 3 would be like where they start.
Yeah. I think it's going to be the very, very end of 2, and then 3, 4, 5, 6 are going to be all hell has broken loose for the whole rest of the season.
I think 6 like wraps up, and then something's gonna happen. I don't know. I'm not sure about like Cersei's like a stupid person.
Yeah, just tell me. No, just go on. Just tell me what you think.
She's gonna
tell me what you think about everything.
Mess things up. She's gonna mess things up in a bad way, thinking she's doing something good for herself, and she's just gonna backfire. Like I don't think she understands the magnitude of what's happening. We'll let the North fight the undead. We'll let all enemies fight. Whoever's left standing will defeat those people.
Yeah, that's your plan.
Well, if it's the undead, they'll reanimate all the people they defeated. You're not defeating the undead.
She's very arrogant. I don't know what I mean. That's just what it is. Like,
yeah,
she just thinks that she's like, look, we're the most south. You know, we have the most time. Ultimately, she doesn't think that the dead want the Iron Throne, and that's what she wants. So she's like, well, we don't even.
Who cares?
You know, our things don't even align. So why do I have to care?
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, go ahead and kill them.
Yeah. I think then
so they're just gonna get a lot of people killed, including herself.
Yeah. I'm also surprised. Like everyone was so like upset that Jon bent the knee for Daenerys when he's doing it to save save everyone.
Yeah, he did, and I mean, I get it because you're like, we have gone out of our way to put you in charge, and you're literally just ceding power to this blonde-haired lady we have no idea with, who's basically just a bully but just has dragons.
Yeah.
Look, if Daenerys Targaryen was in any other television show or movie, she'd be a villain because she is... I don't know what her redeeming qualities are other than she has dragons.
She looks good. She's attractive woman.
I guess. I mean, I don't...
I'm just saying.
Yeah,
that's
sure.
It.
I mean, I guess, like, if that's your argument.
I mean, you said what... I'm agreeing with you, basically.
Yeah, but she's just like, look, she rules by just as much of an iron fist as if
Cersei not more
does.
so.
Or more so, yeah. She is a conqueror.
But she's more linear. Like, this is her way, and she like kind of sticks to it most of the time. Where Cersei's like, all over the place, man. She's all over the board. Yeah, she'll do this, do that, betray, not betray.
Yeah,
like everywhere.
Daenerys is just
has
all
no
by
code.
Force. Everything's just by force.
She has a pattern at least. Yeah, it's not chaos. Cersei is freaking chaos. She's chaos.
Yeah, she's capable of anything.
Yes. Yeah.
She's capable of anything, which is what makes her incredibly dangerous.
Absolutely. And not fit at all to lead.
No, but neither is Daenerys.
Yeah.
I mean, she's just like
better. She's the best that we have. Well, no, actually, Jon's probably the best that we have, honestly.
But Jon is too selfless to lead. He's just gonna get himself killed for good.
Yeah.
Because he'll put himself.
Maybe Jon, and like if Jon and Dany could be one person, it'd probably be like a good ruler there.
Maybe.
But anyways, I want Sam. Poor Sam. Like, he's reading all these books. He finally meets Daenerys. They're talking, and she's like wants to give him a reward. And he's like, "Okay, well, can you pardon me for doing this, for stealing the sword that's mine?" Basically, she's like, "Oh, well, I killed everybody there,
and your family, by the way,
and your family.
Suck it up."
Not suck it up, but she looks like she's ready to like see him like scream and attack her or do something. She's like she's expecting that.
Yeah, she's like,
"What?" He just like, no, she's not. That's not how I saw her. But he didn't do anything. Like, he just like swallowed everything. He was just like, yeah, can't be excused. I felt so bad for him. Like, God. But also at the same time, I'm like, man, get angry.
It's just not
get angry. Yeah, no.
It's just not. That's just not in him.
That's not him. That's not Sam. I know.
Yeah.
Feels bad. Feels bad, man. But then, like, he goes to John because Bran tells him, "Hey, go to John. Tell him he's the one for the throne." He tells John,
And then we have the
and then
most
John,
important
and
line
he's like,
of the entire
he's
episode.
like, "Huh?" Yeah, Bran's line. Yeah. He's like, "Go. Now go make Daenerys bend the knee to you, because you're the rightful heir."
Yeah. And he's like, do you think she would do the same to give up her crown?
Yeah, he doesn't say anything.
Yeah. We all know the answer.
Open. Yeah, Justin thinks, heck no. I think no too, but
Yeah.
not as severe as Justin.
Strongly no. I think no chance. What less than 0% chance that Daenerys cedes power to John. Like
Her
full zero.
her whole point was to rule everything. Like,
Yeah.
that's who she is. I want to rule the Seven Kingdoms. Since the beginning.
She's a conqueror.
That's what she want to do.
She's a conqueror.
Yeah, that's who she. You're basically asking her. You're basically asking her to stop being who you are, like change who you are.
Yeah. Be a less bad person.
No one can change that fast, man.
No.
Anyways,
you're totally right. Speaking of change,
yeah.
I think from the beginning of this series, for as far as people that are alive, I think only one character has actually changed who they are. And I think every other character
Jaime
is exactly the same. And of course, the character, in my opinion, that has actually changed is Jaime. Yeah, Jaime Lannister.
Yeah, Jaime.
Who, personally, I think Jaime's my favorite character. I know Jaime's going to die. There's no way that he makes it out.
Bran has also changed too.
Bran has changed, but it's not like a personal, like he's like reflected. He's like changed supernaturally. Like he's barely a human anymore.
Yeah. He's become like a god, like omnipotent, no motion type deal.
Yes, I don't really count that.
But
I don't really count that.
I'm counting it.
I did love watching all of the characters' interactions with Bran, and they're all just like, this dude is really weird. Like even like John, he's just like, yeah, all right, man, it's really good to see you, and Bran just like looking at him.
Yeah.
He's like, all right, cool, good talk. I wanna go talk.
He's
to the
focused,
human
man.
now.
He's focused. He's like, we got something. Like, he's focused.
He is, and he was like, Sam was like, what are you doing on here? He was like, waiting for an old friend. Which, of course, ended up being Jaime in the very end.
He's making sure. We also told Sam to go and tell. He's making sure the dominoes fall at the right time.
Yeah.
For whatever he's trying to do. So.
Which we don't know yet.
I don't know though. Yeah, I think the John Danny thing is going to be a problem.
Yeah.
Sansa. I think Sansa can. I don't know what she's going to do. And then Cersei's a problem. And
Sansa is.
There's one more. Oh, Sansa asked him though. She was like, did you bend the knee because you love her or because you actually want to save the North?
Sansa's got everyone's number, man.
He didn't say anything.
That's because he knows the answer. He knows. Look, he believes that the majority of the answer is because he thinks he's doing the right thing, but not the 100% of the answer.
Doesn't matter. Just say that.
That's not John, though.
Yeah, I know.
And now the thing was, it's worse because if he lied, Sansa would know immediately. Because she's smarter than everyone.
In that regard, yeah.
Yeah.
Not smarter, but she has that
she's
ability
better
to
reading people than everybody.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, yeah, she does not like Daenerys because she knows she's just.
Oh god, yeah. Also, nothing was also great when was Arya when met John. Like, I got goosebumps, and then he was like, "She showed needle." It's like he's like, "Have you ever used it?"
Once or
She's
twice.
like, "Once or twice."
Yeah.
It's like, "Oh my god, you don't even know. You don't even know."
Yeah.
She's so bad, donkey.
She's you can say badass, Ollie.
All right, she's so badass.
Yeah, she is. She definitely is.
Yeah.
Yeah, Arya's great. I hope she makes it. I don't think she will either. She's too reckless. Ultimately, too much.
I don't know.
Vengeance is on her mind too much.
That's fair. I don't think she's reckless, but
she's not. Well, she's not until. But like, once, like she will be like once she sees Cersei,
once she gets
gonna
in,
just like
consumed in
bloodthirsty.
revenge. Yeah.
And
Also,
I think that's going to get her killed.
her
As sad as
standing up,
that is.
her standing up for the Hound was amazing. Like that was also a great scene. It's like the Hound as a kid, literally backs off the Hound. Oh, that was
I'm
a pretty
losing
good
you.
scene.
I lost you for a second. Sorry.
Oh, it's fine. I was saying when Arya backs down the Hound,
Oh yeah,
that was great.
that was great for both of them because Arya's like, yeah, he's like, you left me for dead. She's like, Anna robbed you, by the way. And he's like, he looks at her and
she
he's
pushes
like,
it.
good girl, doing the right
Basically,
thing.
yeah.
Because he's just like, he hates everyone, but he's also really proud of Arya. He loves Arya as much as he can love a human being,
Yeah.
which is great. I always love their interactions. When they were a pair on the show, they were just like my favorite. They were my favorite combo. So
She hated him at first, and then they became like,
yeah, they just
something.
respect for each other because
Yeah.
they're both like honestly, they're both like the ultimate survivors of this show.
yeah, the Hound, yeah, survive any cost, yeah.
Yeah,
sure.
and both of them have that mentality, and they kind of like Arya got it from him a little bit, but obviously that's like within her as well. So they just appreciate, they honestly just respect each other, even though they don't like each other, but they really do. But they never would admit that, obviously.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's so one more episode this week that we both think that's going to be more exposition and less kind of crazy stuff going on, battling and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, like, there wasn't too much going on this episode. It was just, I think, just getting everyone caught back up.
Yeah.
There wasn't, like, much going on. But it does leave you pumped. It's weird because it still leaves you pumped for more. Like I want more. Like, I want more action. But this, like you said, this is set up. Next one's going to be majority set up. But once the third, hopefully once the third, fourth, and fifth
I think third through the end, where it's just going to be all going all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I honestly think we hit basically every big detail here.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Obviously, like, I mean, I'm really curious to see what Bran says to Jaime.
Yeah. Of course, that's where they ended, though.
Yeah,
you know,
which was great.
But,
which is
yeah.
great.
And I'm pretty sure he says too because he has no feelings. He has no like sway in emotion. So
Yeah, I don't think he's like, because he's not. I mean, obviously he's not harboring
mad.
vengeance. He's not like mad at Jaime.
No.
When every other human being would be, he's not. And Jaime doesn't know that. Jaime's just like, oh god, this is the kid that I pushed out of the window. I'm in his home where his family rules. Like, this is probably a bad idea. And Bran's just gonna be like, hello, Jaime Lannister.
Yeah.
And just do weird Bran stuff.
Yep. All right. Well, anything else on Game of Thrones
I don't.
this episode?
Oh yes, one more thing. I wish that Euron was a character sooner than he was, because he's fantastic. He is incredibly entertaining. He's obviously a completely disgusting human being, but he is incredibly entertaining, and we're blessed to have his presence in this show.
I don't like him.
Yeah, no, he's impossible to like. He's wholly unlikable, but you love to hate him.
I don't. Not even. Like, I hate Cersei more. I don't know. Anyways, I don't like him either. Yeah, but
You don't like that he exists, or you just hate him because of his character.
I know what he's doing. Like, I know what he's doing, but like, I don't like him. I don't like him.
Man,
He's so arrogant and
I know he's incredibly unlikable. He's a disgusting person
and selfish.
Yeah, he's terrible. He is,
and not in a good way. It's like bold selfish. Like,
no. He's just a terrible person. He's a terrible human being.
Stupid. Yeah, and kind of stupid. It's like and random, not random, but like volatile.
Very
like,
volatile.
Oh my god. Yeah, and he's with Cersei, so God help us all. All right.
Look, I mean, that's why I think he's great. That's why I think it's great, because Cersei's obviously much smarter than Euron is, but
yeah,
he's just a good villain. He's a really good villain because he has literally no redeeming qualities. Like, at least you can look at other villains and you're like, I can appreciate this about them. Like, Cersei's obviously like an excellent planner. She's getting a little unhinged, but there are things that you can appreciate about Cersei. But Euron is just like nothing. Literally nothing that is redeemable about this person.
Yep.
Which is what makes him a great villain. Just wanted to throw that in.
All right, make sure to tune in next week. We're talking about Game of Thrones Season 8, Episode 2. So watch out this Sunday. We'll have spoilers. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, we're going to have Question of the Week.
Question of the Week. Ollie, question of the week time. Let's go back to Planeswalkers. We're back on Ravnica, okay?
We're back on Ravnica, okay.
You hired a lawyer. You got that resolved. But now, in real life and on Ravnica, it's your kid's birthday coming up. I'm asking this question because it actually is your child's birthday coming up next week.
It is, yes.
So...
No. Well, his birthday's yesterday. His actual birthday.
Oh, his birthday was yesterday. Your birthday is next week. Sorry. His birthday was this week.
Yep.
Okay, so kid just had a birthday. Having a birthday. All you have to hire a planeswalker to entertain a 6-year-old birthday party.
I'm going to hire Jaya because she's fun. She has pyrokinetics, and I'm sure she knows how to entertain. And she seems kind of like grandma loving, and she wants to like best for people. But also, I know my kids are in good hands. Like, I trust Jaya. She's like a grandmother, again, a grandmother that you love to adore. She'll bake cookies, but she also has this wild side that's like funny and entertaining. I think Jaya would be a safe and entertaining bet for the kids.
I think that's a good answer. I'm gonna go. I also believe I have a safe and entertaining answer, but it's a little bit different. I'm gonna go Karn. Karn is wholly lovable. Okay, he's all good.
Big teddy bear.
He wants to protect people. He kind of has like no sense of humor, but in a funny way, like because he just doesn't get jokes. So kids could ask him questions, and he would just answer just straight up honestly, and they would just get a kick out of that. He also would probably be really cheap, which is good because I spent a lot of money hiring Ugin as my lawyer a few weeks ago. So I'm a little loose in the wallet right now. So I think Karn would probably do it for a lot cheaper because it'd be like, hey Karn, look, I'm having a kid's birthday. I really want you to be there, but I don't have a lot of money. He's like, I'm Karn. I'll do it. And then he comes and does it. He's also just a giant metal man.
Or you tell him, Karn, these kids are gonna, they might die.
No, I don't want to like lie to him.
You're right.
I don't want to lie. I don't want, because Karn would never lie to me. Is the thing.
No, he would not lie to you.
So Karn's gonna be safe with the kids. The kids are gonna love him. They can climb all over him. If they fall, he's gonna grab them. Like it's a win-win for everyone. Karn would love it. He'd feel really good about himself. So Karn's my pick.
Okay.
Ollie, where can people find you?
Find me twitter.com/Ali Aintrazi, twitch.tv/Ali Aintrazi, coolstuffinc.com. My articles are there. You can also find my YouTube content at Cool Stuff Inc. My Best of 1 videos go up Wednesday. Best of 3 goes up Friday. I also do stream highlights on Thinktwice MTG on YouTube. And yeah, Parnell.
You can, of course, find my stream highlights also on youtube.com/thinktwicemtg. I stream every Tuesday at 8 p.m. twitch.tv/jparnell. And of course, if you want to watch both of us at the same time, multitwitch.tv/Ali Aintrazi/jparnell. You can also find me at jparnell1 on Twitter and on StarCityGames.com and YouTube on Commander Versus. You want to contact the show, you can do so on Twitter at thinktwicemtg or thinktwicemtg@gmail.com. You can find this show SoundCloud, iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play Music, Spotify, Podbean. Leave us a review, a like, a comment, a share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Helps the show out quite a bit. And of course, if you want to support the show further, go to patreon.com/thinktwicemtg. We have a lot of new patrons. Constantine N, Ethan J, Tim C. Thank you for your support very much. Welcome to the Think Twice family. And of course, we have a new and because of our new patrons, we have some more animal pictures of the week selected.
Yeah, I picked Moose, the Frenchie. His reaction face is adorable. Moose, you are the winner of Animal of the Week.
I love Moose. I'm going to pick a different one, but I want to go out and say I absolutely love Moose. I've been following Moose's owner on Twitter, and I love getting Moose pictures. So I'm very happy that we're getting more Moose pictures in the Animal Lovers channel in the Discord. I am going to go with Beastberry 25s on Discord. Pupper Ace, looking very sweet and probably covering up a bunch of the back seat of this car with a bunch of hair. But that's all good. Moose, Ace, you're both very sweet puppers. I do love that Moose face, though. Man,
yeah, it's adorable.
What a god. I just want to kiss that face. That's such a sweet face. So, congratulations, Moose and Ace. You two are have the animal pictures of the week. We will definitely have more next week, so do not fret if you are not selected. We will have more, and be sure to leave your animals' names as you include pictures of them on the Discord. All right. We want to give a special shout out to our director and producer, John Choi, our Agent of Bolus producers, Daniel Hunt, Matt Lindell, Brandon Sperry, and I want to give a shout out to the newest member of our team, William Johnson. We are going to talk a little bit about William and kind of what changes that we're making to Think Twice and Patreon specifically next week. But we had a lot to cover this week, and we will get back to that when we have a little bit more time next week. As a reminder, speaking next week, Game of Thrones episode 2, season 8. Watch it, HBO, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Ollie, right. I love you as always. Thank you very much for being the best co-host on the entire planet.
You're very welcome. All right, everyone. We'll catch you later. See you next week.